Good evening, everybody. This is Nick Rech, physical therapist at Rech Physio in Grand Island, Nebraska. So tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about neck pain and one easy stretch that a lot of people can do to feel a little better. If you're on here live, just type in live in the comments. If you're on the replay, just type in replay. The comments help the Facebook algorithm know that people like it, and it sends it to more people. So if you think this is good information, just type a comment and that helps me out. So neck pain, if you're having some stiffness in your neck, or maybe if you're even having something going down your arm, or especially if you wake up really stiff in the morning, or if you're looking down and you're noticing that your neck is feeling stiff, that's what is most likely going to help. This stretch is going to help the most. So stiffness, especially in the morning, actually if you start to feel better, the more you start to move around, that's going to help out with this. So the first thing you want to do is look at your range of motion of your neck to kind of see what each direction feels like. And so what that's going to look like is looking down, so chin to chest, and what you want to notice is your range of motion that you have, and if you feel any increase or decrease in symptoms. So you're going to do that with each of these ranges of motion. So then you're going to look up as far as you can, kind of notice how much range you have and also what it feels like. You're going to go ear to your shoulder the other way, then you're going to look left, then you're going to look right. Okay? So those are the ranges of motion that you want to test out, and you want to see if any of those ranges makes your pain either worse, or which means you feel it more in the spot that it's at, or if you have anything going down your arm, that it makes it go further down your arm or come up your arm. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. Next, you want to kind of look at your nerve tension a little bit. So that is just going to be kind of taking your arm and then going out like that and kind of pointing your palm behind you. That's looking at one of the nerves in your arm called the median nerve. Then for your radial nerve, you're going to do the same thing, but the back of your hand is going to point behind you. Okay? And so with that, you're noticing if you're feeling any numbness, tingling, anything shooting down your arm. That just indicates that you might have some tension in that nerve or some nerve irritation. And then the last nerve is your ulnar nerve, and that's just going to be kind of put in the palm of your hand on the side of your head like that. So those are the ranges of motion and the nerve tension that you want to kind of assess to start with. And then you kind of want to just do something functional, which for a lot of people will just be like a wall push-up. And that's just to kind of see how much strength you have and how it feels in your shoulder and your arm. We got a few people watching already. Hi Abby, Earl, thanks for watching. Tyson. Thanks for tuning on. If you just drop a comment, if you think this is good information, the more comments I have, Facebook sends it to more people. So that's what you want to check first, okay? And then the first thing you're going to try is doing a chin tuck. And so a chin tuck, it's not kind of tucking your chin down like a lot of people kind of tend to do. It's like your head is sliding backwards on your neck. So your head is just kind of tucking back. And so you want to do about 10 of those. Hold it for about a second or so each. Okay? So that's the first thing kind of exercise you're going to do. And then you want to go back through those ranges of motion and see if anything feels different or feels better. So you do the same thing, chin to chest, looking up, side bending each way, and turning your head each way. For the nerve tension, after you did the first round, if those all feel fine, you probably don't really need to go through them all again. But if one of them really kind of sends something down your arm, you want to make sure you do that one to see if that one is getting better. Okay? So after you've done the chin tucks and you've done your ranges of motion again, what you're going to do next is you're going to look up. Okay? And you'll hold it for about a second and relax. And you're just trying to look up as far as you can. Okay? This is going to be the stretch that's going to help most people, especially because we look down at our phones, or if you have a desk job, you're looking down a lot during the day. The caveat is if that makes anything worse down your arm, or it might actually make it more intense, the stiffness in the neck while you're doing it, but as you get used to it, it should go away. Kind of the thing with all this is when you do those motions, the thing that makes it feel better is the motion that you want to do. For most people, it's probably going to be looking up, because we spend so much time looking down and our neck is just stiff in that looking up direction, and we need to take it through that range of motion to get it loosened up. And for most people, that's going to relieve a lot of the stiffness in your neck and stuff going down your arm. If it doesn't, or if it makes it go further down your arm, that's a sign that that's probably the wrong motion for you, and that you want to probably have a physical therapist or at least try to find a different motion that makes it feel better. Or like I said, have a physical therapist or healthcare provider do an evaluation on you so that they can kind of guide you into what specifically you need to do for that. If you're feeling like the looking up is helping, go through, so do about 5 or 6 of those, hold it for a second, and then relax, and then go through those motions again. And if that motion is working, you'll know it's working because you either have more range of motion in whatever directions that you might have been stiff, or if you had nerve tension, your nerve tension will be less, or meaning you won't have as much numbness or tingling when you're taking your arm through whatever direction was previously making it numb. Okay, so if you're doing good with that and that's feeling better, the last kind of progression is to do that. So you're going to chin tuck, look up, and then actually just do a little bit over pressure. And so you just kind of give a good little push, hold it for about a second or so, and you can do about 5 of those. So like I said, it might actually make it more stiff if it's in your neck right when you're doing it, but as you do it and your neck gets more mobile and it's those vertebrae are moving better, that stiffness is going to go away. What you really want to pay attention to is if any of the motions make something go further down your arm. That's called peripheralization. You don't want to be doing stuff that's making that happen. It's good if you do a motion and whatever symptoms you were having aren't going down as far. Like I said, it might actually make it more intense in your neck, but as long as it's not going down your arm as far or it's coming closer, it might be more intense kind of centrally. That's actually a good sign, as long as it's not going down your arm or it's getting closer towards your neck. And like I said, you'll know it's working because you're going to have more range of motion when you test those things, or you have less nerve tension. Or like I said, with the push-ups, when you do the push-ups, you're going to feel like it's easier and you have more strength and mobility when you're doing the push-ups. So that's the simple stretch is just to look up and actually maybe do a little bit of overpressure. For those who are tuning on at the end, if you go ahead and watch the video, I kind of take you through a self-assessment for your range of motion and different nerves to look at if they have any tension. And then for a lot of people, the one stretch that's going to help the most is just looking up and actually providing a little bit of overpressure to get those vertebrae moving better in that direction, since for most of us we spend too much time looking down at our phones. So, but thanks for everybody for watching. If anybody has any comments or questions, just go ahead and type them in and I can answer. But hey Amber, thanks for watching. But if not, everybody have a great weekend. And if you or anybody you know is in pain or wants to be able to move better, I do telehealth consults, so please reach out or give them my information. You can message me and I'd be happy to help. Thanks everybody for watching and have a good night.